Hello everyone, Agion here with another Company Heroes 2 replay. So on the left side, as these dual Soviet players, we have Ps3YES, Ps3YES. I think I am not sure. Small and his ally. Actually no, this is light blue. This is Cblanco. Over as there for their opponents, we have Capitano, as well as the OKW player Izzy. Over here for doctrines, we do have the Jaeger armor, German mechanized, mobile defense, fortifications, breakthrough, special weapons, Soviet shock, guard motors, lend-lease, urban defense, mechanized support tactics, as well as Soviet shock army. Based on this build order, I see based on the bulletins, I see a heavier play with Panzer Grenadiers because he has a Vector C bulletin for them. You got the Volks build over here. Looks like dual penal. Yeah, we do have dual penal over here, as well as fast farther demo charges and one more focused on medium tanks, at least for T-34s. And looks like I need to make sure Discord is muted. Mute. Not sure why stuff on Discord just gets unmuted for some odd reason. All the time. Not sure why. We do got penals here as well with his conscripts here. Will force away these Sturm Pioneers. There's just way too many men for them to deal with. You got dual Kubelwagen build moving on out, which is very good bleed to deal with, but once it goes down, that is a substantial amount of manpower down the drain as well. These Kubelwagens have no problem dealing with these combat engineers. Over here, this fuel has not been touched by either side. Oh, I just realized something. Look at these spawns for the Soviet player. Look at this. He has traveled so far in order to get this fuel, and holy crap, these lag spikes. Not sure why they're happening, but he has to travel so far just to get his own fuel, which is, really tells you how, I can really say how the spawns can really fuck people on these maps. This is one reason why I don't like having like 2v2 maps on the 1v1 map pool, or the 2v2 or 3v3 maps and 2v2 pool, or so and so forth. 4v4 and 3v3s are okay, but having the 4v4 maps in their pool, but can still really fuck each other. Dude got a scout car over here. No scout car over here. With dual combat engineer opener. It's a great way to provide some early pressure when you don't have the penals out immediately. Does not delay your initial penal all too much. We do got some shoe mines here, which can be very devastating if he were to hit them, but he may or may not have caught wind of it. We got a bit of a flank around here. The penals here will ward away the Sturm Pioneers, and oh, so close to it, but yet so far. Over here, do got multiple units in the center here, as well as the MG42 team. Has 3 Grenadiers, so he's not going to be really focusing on Panzer Grenadiers. Then you really should, if you were to get 3 Grenadiers, you really should have your bulletins for the Grenadier slot. Over here's got some Grenadiers. They will get overwhelmed by these penals, no problem. We do got a Soviet sniper now out. A bit unusual, but it can be quite good at providing manpower lead, and it's a good way to remove the MGs from the austere player by picking off of them one by one. We got mass capture up over here, the fuel as well as this point. These Volksgrenadier didn't even stand a chance. There's just way too much fire here. But you got the reinforcements now showing up a little bit too late. We got quite a bit of Kubelwagen fire, as well as the MG42 to help prevent them from getting rushed down, which is always a possibility. This guy's building up the med bunker. And this overall got a very good field control being reclaimed. Well, map control being claimed by the Soviet players. These Kuvagens have to be. This one in the front has to be very careful because it's going to go right through his T-buddy. And it's going to be dancing around him. Over here, do got the scout car moving around, trying to dance around. He might as well. He probably should just drop the penals in order to get all 6 of the rifles firing instead of just the 4. The rear machine gun's actually quite strong. That's also another potent weapon. It actually has more DPS than the frontal machine gun. Sniper here may get spotted. It does get spotted. Remember, the extended vision self-detection range is quite good on the Cblanco and other scout cars. He actually did spot them briefly, but didn't fire upon it. Didn't realize it. His Cblanco almost got destroyed, but will get repaired up. We will see a mechanized HQ coming on out, most likely for, I'm guessing, Ps3YES or for Stukas Afus. Puma is also an option for later on, but not immediate. You got some TM35s that may have been spotted there. If, a good way to remove mines if you believe they're there, throw a rifle grenade on top of them, and vice versa. Rubber grenades, Molotovs, I think, can burn away mines. But you got this bottom field not being cleaned up by the Axis team. Usually it's the bottom that's considered more the left team, and the top it's more the right team. But a little bit different. This side the map is split directly in half. There we go. You can see if I bring up the tactical map, you can see it's actually a nice little line vertical. We do got Lend-Lease being locked in, so we do have Dishka HMGs. We got this large assault over here. Most likely we'll see Incendiary Grenade to come out the building. It is trying to pop in and out. You hear a 2-2 here as well, which will slowly whittle away these forces. He should just start retreating back. He can't win out. If he drops down to too low of models, he will just lose the squad, no problem. We'll start retreating back. We'll find open ground next to some 2 men of Storm Pioneers as well as some units. But we'll manage to escape out with at least 3 models. Perhaps 1 more model will be picked off, such as that. You got the Ps3YES now out. You got quite a bit of fuel build up for this Lend-Lease player, but he may be just eyeing to build up entirely for his call-ins. We got multiple STGs now being brought on up. And the C2 is still going around, just harassing the units. They can't really do all too much. It does a reasonable amount of damage. Doesn't have to worry about snares, so it'll just slowly whittle away his opponent. We do get the sniper pitching in a shot. Will force the squad away. Will not destroy the Cblanco. Ps3YES now made itself reviewed. That is a potent anti-infantry vehicle. We do have the 1 Dishka is only out, but not the second one. We do got the Dishka set up. He could equip some AP rounds. But of course, AP rounds are not too effective versus the Ps3YES. You may have noticed that there's a demo charge just got placed down there. The engineers are receiving quite a bit of fire. And you got these units now being forced to fall back with a very far retreat path. It will take quite a bit of time before they actually come back on out. We do got this squad mostly get wiped out. Yeah, no problem. Does have a bit of manpower float. He does have a bit of quite a bit of anti-infantry fire. Does hit a TM35. But there is some nearby Pioneers for repairs, so, and there's nothing nearby to kill it off. Ooh, got some very forward tellers. This could be quite devastating. STGs now coming on out. Penals cannot be upgraded to PTRSs in order to fight the STGs now. They need that anti-infantry asset. Ooh, but these snipers will be starting to hit. He needs to retreat back. He's sustaining a huge amount of fire. He's trying to dance around, but there's nothing here. T-70 here is actually... But he may just suicide in order to destroy it. But he, with a bad rotation of the Cblanco, will go ahead and be slowly whittled away. There it goes. Does taken out. We do not have that mines being spotted, even though there's 2 engineers over it, but no minesweeper. We could see a satchel charge here, just out of range. Do get a shoe mine being spotted the old good old-fashioned way. And I heard a mine here. That is a TM-35. We saw that deployed there earlier, thinking the players spotted it, but they apparently did not. Large assault over here. Dishka, along with some combat engineers, will force it with the cannon warfare. Some pioneers here are in this building, but they are currently have only one window really firing. This one is actually firing as well, so 2 windows. Dishka's now firing, but it can't really engage the Panzer II. Where is that T-70? We already see that thing go down. The T-70 is right here. Those receive a Panzerfaust from these grenadiers. Still, the telemines have not been spotted or tripped. Combat engineers are behind the heavy cover, so they take quite minimum damage. They do got a rifle grenade, but that's a really big waste of rifle grenade. It wasn't going to any models because they're behind heavy cover. T-34 76 now on out, which will rush down this Panzer II. This unit has sustained a huge amount of fire. There's some flames inside the building as well. Though dual Panzerfaust could claim the T-34, will snare the engine anyways. Just needs one more shot in. We could see a... Oh, the cannon warfare. Here comes one Panzerfaust. Here comes the other Panzerfaust, as well as the cannon warfare. But we will see another Panzerfaust. Another the cannon warfare shot. And there goes death by 222. Oh. Looks like a Soviet mine was laid down there from these combat engineers. Not doing all too fast. Only get one model. Soviet sniper still out, has 7 kills, hasn't done all too much. It's really hard to use a Soviet sniper when there's things like the Cblanco and just run up and just start gunning it down. You got a rifle grenade coming out. That could have been devastating because he's quite low in health. I hear aircraft coming forward. It is a fuel drop, but gets shot down to the base MGs. I really wish the Fall Balance preview wasn't canceled. There's a lot of good things in that thing, and almost everything I agree with. There's a couple things I don't agree with, but it was a very good patch that is put on hold indefinitely, which is a real shame. We do got these S mines here. There are the flags up, but he's not realizing just yet. The first mine does detonate. The second mine, third mine. Oh, but the minesweeper just came up. But they got the flamer team now receiving a massive amount of fire. Does get pinned and destroyed. The city rounds coming out now, doing very good amount of damage. Pins down that squad. We do got the 222 now rolling forward. The T-70 is coming in here to respond as well, seeing there's no nearby telemines by what he's swept. T-70 will displace that MG, so he falls back. It's early. We'll get one model there.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Two T-34 76s now out, one for each player. The previous one we did know about did in fact go down, which is actually sort of surprising. But then again, the M4C is not attached by teching, unlike in the Fall Balance preview it was. But not right now, so you will need to get some more CP before calling it in. Using up all of his manpower float along with it. T-70 as well as Su-76 will find some... Not, T-34-76 will find some good shots in. It has some very good avenue for very good amount of splash damage. Massive amount of fires come on. He should try focusing down that one-man squad. Will in fact claim it. Penal here, 3 members should just go ahead and fall back. The cannon warfare sitting on up. He does receive a pack gun fire as well. Panzerfaust just staying out of maximum range, and the model in charge of trying to launching the projectile was killed as well.
Panzer IV is ready for battle.
Panzer IV is now out for the austere player. What does the Axis player have in mind? He has his tier 3 out, not a tier 1, but its teammate built a med bunker. Now that's good teamwork. He does not need the tier 1, the med truck, thanks to his ally.
Reconnaissance flight.
We do. He's most likely. Perhaps he should save up for a Jagdpanzer, perhaps a Panzer IV. Jagdtiger, he's way too far in fuel off, I would say. We got a lock in of the Jaeger armor, which we will have access to. The elephant, he has called in Lend-Lease. Okay, in the all chat. You're welcome. I think he's already noticed. Oh, he saw the Dishka, and there's only 2 doctrines with Dishkas available. We do got this marked target coming on in, even though it still shows a lock symbol behind it. Slight bug. We'll be marking the Panzer IV, but it will fall back, and the aircraft does in fact get shot down. Another T-34-76 coming on out. Ooh. The combat engineers will in fact go down to the massive amount of STG fire in the area. 2 cannon warfare are also in the area, but T-70 will make its escape. We got a doctrine over here. Ugh. The mechanized support tactics, of course, we saw the marked target, but you'll have access to the ISU-152 assault gun. We'll throw our rifle flare there. MG team down to 1 model will be forced to fall back. Panzer IV moving before that. Rifle flare is still in the air. We'll receive a very good mid-range barrage there. Very potential for some good model hits. AT gun is set up. Looks at the... Ooh! The T-34-76 has received quite a bit of fire there. Third squad of combat engineers coming on out for the additional repairs. I would say he should save up the rest of his fuel for the ISU-152. He already has 2 tanks as well as the T-70. Oh, and he's trying to sneak on forward. I really wish this ability was a Veterancy 1 ability. Not the Veterancy 0. It is at Veterancy 1. Oh, nope, still hasn't spotted. I thought it was spotted, but nope. We got a fuel drop over here. He actually targeted over on the far side of the base this time. Knowing that the sheer panzer quarters may have shot it down.
We have forced the enemy down to 200 points.
We do have a satchel charge. No satchel charge is trying to hit the AT gun there. We'll be forced to fall back now. T-34 is trying to eye the ward, prevent the wipe there. We'll not distract it, but we'll prevent the Panzer IV from chasing it down. You got these Volksgrenadier moving forward. They do, of course, have the STG upgrades. But the Dishka's already set on up. We'll get some good amount of suppression. The Jagdpanzer here is on the high ground. Does get a nice hit there. Cyber team still picking away at his opponent at 14 kills. The Cannon Warfare may get decrewed, but has still 3 members left. We got this large assault moving forward. The 3 tanks. There is the Jagdpanzer here for defense, as well as the sheer Panzer quarters. They can do a bit of damage to these light tanks, well, these lightly armored tanks as well. You got the Panzer IV also responding, so mostly it won't be able to push in. You got another T-34-76 being built, and not going for the M4C Sherman. Not using his doctrinal asset. Not exactly sure why. M4C Sherman, I think, is just generally better. Perhaps he really wants to ram. I just heard ha ha ha. They just are scratching our pants. I actually never heard the damn guy says that. Never heard that. We do got the Panzer IV being forced away. We're receiving quite a bit of fire. We do got a Stogan out, so we will have more anti-tank fire. And we do got a tank engine snare right here from the mine. And he will manage to get out of there just barely, however. Third T-34-76 is actually out on the field. Both sides not using the doctrinal asset. They're just going to spam out T-34-76s. You got a marked target upon this unit. The Stug here is also here to ward away. We'll get a nice satchel there and not hit the Kenwerfer. You get these STGs, may get a nice flank on these on this Dishka, warding it away. And probably we're going to need a mass repair up soon for all these tanks. They have received quite a bit of fire. Both of the Axis forces are engaged on the top. There's no defensive units except for this one demo charge down south. Ooh, and the rear armor has been exposed. The T-70 is trying to eye for a kill, but received multiple hits, resulting in a death. But one more shot away. If that T-70 would have got another shot in, it perhaps would have claimed it. Do got the IL-2 now available through dropping big bombs, which you could try to... This may be low enough to destroy it. Here, a Drusha coming on in. The barrage is eyeing perhaps for the mortar team. Nope, eyeing hit the MG team. We'll force it back. Won't get any models, however. The Jagdpanzer are rolling a couple misses against these tanks. Ooh, Dishka got dropped right here. That's actually quite important. Now that's a free Dishka. I would like to see this MG-34 repositioned to the south to guard that flank, just prevent any random squads from showing up. And the tickets are heavily in favor of the Axis players at 448 versus 154, not 500. Doug's now moving forward. Has received a shot, but his T-34 is now down to half health. One shot away from death, but probably will get out. We do got some reinforcing guards now to replace the penal squad he lost. More and more fuel being dropped in south. He should give that to his teammate in order so he can bring in the ISU-152. T-34 is eyeing for a flank down south. He may be trying to hit these vehicles in the rear armor. Stug will be very vulnerable, but he's actually repositioning. He has spotted it, and we'll find the teller mine the good old-fashioned way. Both these T-34s are one shot away from death. Stug's trying to eye for the high ground. We'll get the one that does not have the snare engine. That's actually a good target, so now the other one's easy to pick off. Drusha barrage coming on in. Perhaps trying to hit these grouped up units. You get the Dishka being claimed by the Axis players. That is a very bit problematic. Destroying that pack is a very good option. Reduce your opponent's anti-tank capabilities so you can't recruit that. Oh, I hear the IL-2 bombing strike coming on in. It's in a very good angle. If he retreats, he's still going to get hit by some of it. Oh, but he retreats just in time. Does receive a scratch, but that's it. We got the Panzer IV here as Stug. They're both of them damaged. Both the number of enemy tanks are down. No, never mind. Ps3YES and the fourth one's on the way. I thought they're going to be low, but they're not. Not saving up for the ISU 152. They're going to spam out a bunch of tanks, which is a very valid strategy. Mrs. Sniper will hit the Dishka quite well. Su-85 is not being built, or have been built. That is a very good option at this point in order to help deal with your opponent's tank from a very long range. L2 is now ready for the other Soviet player. Dishka will losing one of the models. He needs to fall back. It's down to one model. We'll retreat back now. MG42 is still up. We may see a Katyusha barrage. It is off cooldown. The sniper's going to be slowly picking away at it. I hear assault artillery coming on in onto the not the command sector, but through this sector, which will result hitting these various units. I think it reaches out to here. We do get this SU-7 Jagdpanzer getting some very good amount of hits right now. Now this T-34 is down to one shot. We'll see a couple AT rifle grenades perhaps. Oh, rolls a miss right there. Oh, we got an armored advancement over here. You will also call in the IL-2 in order for heavy amount of damage onto the structure. We'll wipe out the Sturm Pioneers there. There goes that structure. Get some nearby units to capture the point. We will be falling back because their enemy armor is advancing. And a little bit of a lag spike there because selecting different people tends to do that. Over this point was harassed a little bit. They probably should place an MG down there. You got assault perhaps moving forward. Both trying to eye for the Jagdpanzer. Ooh, engine damage right there. Ooh, Stuka's barrage there. Almost wiped out the house entirely for a brief moment. Both two Panzer, three T-34 76s are now down, and no Axis units are currently down. That is a very problematic, losing all those tanks. The capture is in favor of the Soviet players, however, Su-85 trying to line up a shot, receives a Panzerfaust, but way too early. The cannon warfare did not connect in time. So he'd be, oh, but the Stug's not going to be hitting the shots. We'll chase it down, destroying that unit. This is very problematic, losing all those vehicles. Go ahead and just call in some M4C Shermans, but getting another Su-85. We got another, losing one of the penals there, as well as another as a combat engineer, losing quite a bit of assets right there. Couple grenadiers capturing the point. Oh, he must have hit AT mine or Panzerfaust. I'm not sure what. Perhaps maybe right here or here. Try to push forward, but was forced to fall back. We'll get shot down by the base flak once again. One reason why I say the base flak should be remove the anti-air capabilities. They actually did remove that in the fall balance preview. That I turned off all of that stuff. Why does that stuff get unmuted? Just ignore that, please. For some reason, Discord does not want to keep stuff muted. Massive hits there. Will do quite a bit of damage to the retreating Penal Squad, as well as the Dishka. Over here, Kadusha trying to hit this MG team. Will not finish it off. The Sniper could go ahead and try picking away at it. Do get the Elephant Tank Destroyer now out on the field. And we do have enough fuel for the Yag Panzer, but just needs population as well as manpower. Just pushing forward, trying to eye for the Sniper, but we'll find the guns of the T-34-76. Panzer IV and Stug now moving forward. We may see a satchel charge here. Will not get it off. We'll see an AT grenade from the Panzer Fusiliers. A large blob here. Now this is when he wanted to have the Katusha barrage coming on in. We do got the mark target coming on down. The Stug will in fact go down. Hopefully. Units are not on prioritized fire. Will not claim that unit. Now trying to eye the circle around the Yag Panzer. Rolls another miss. We'll get a Panzerfaust onto this unit, which should prevent it from moving forward. Still no prioritized fire. Try to hit this unit now. But T-34 will lose that unit to the 2-2 once again. Rolling multiple bounces upon the Panzer IV. And there goes the Soviet players, receiving a bit of bad RNG. What I found out, Mass T-34-76 only really does well if you catch off units one by one. You have to pick off your opponent's unit very early on their initial tank. Additionally, Mass Sherman's much better. Mass Sherman just does great. I'm not sure why T-34-76 don't really do all too well. Perhaps that little bit less penetration really does add up. This is Agion saying thank you.